Hello and welcome to Versus Live. I'm Ross Merriam.
And I'm Corey Baumeister.
And we got Eric in the booth. Say hi, Eric.
Hi, Eric.
Does it right every time. He's a
Nails
natural.
Nails
He's
it.
going to be taking all your questions, comments, concerns, and burns in the chat. Make sure you tag at Star City Games so he can see them. Send his favorites over to us. As always, we are brought to you by Star City Games, as well as Carnox Chairs. If you want 10% off one of these chairs, you can go to carnox.com/SCG and use that affiliate link. You'll just get the 10% off.
Get
That's how it works.
Easy.
It's easy.
Easy.
Just do that. We are finishing up our exploration of post-ban standard.
Yes.
And in true fashion...
I like to call it non-broco standard. Yes.
In true Corey Baumeister standard expert fashion, you were up 2-0, so you've preserved the marbles already.
Yes.
But in 2 close matches, so hopefully I can take this one. And we were playing 2 of our favorite decks to round out the day. I'm going to be playing Rakdos Knights. This is the list that Daniel Fournier played in Twitch Rivals, and it has the combo of Rotting Regisaur, Embercleave.
Yep, and this is almost exactly like the Willie Eddled list. I think there might have been like 1 or 2 cards, but
very straightforward. You know, low curve of creatures, Rotting Regisaur, Embercleave to finish you off.
Let's go.
You know, we got our Rimrock Knights, we got our good 1-drop Knights. Very straightforward deck list, but a very powerful one. You know, that combo just kills people on turn 4 a huge amount of the time.
Exactly, and I'm going to be playing Yoel Larson's blue-green elemental list. Honestly, on the draw, if you have a great curve and you Embercleave out, not much I can do. So I have some Aether Gusts in the board and some Brontodons to try to stop that. But if you just have your nut draw, it is going to be really tough for me to come back. But if I can ever even remotely stabilize, this deck does some disgusting things.
Yeah, the Elementals decks really, got, you know, there's some of those games that end, they're just super lopsided. And did that person like mull to 4?
Yeah.
And you're like, no, I just had double Risen Reef out for 4 turns and 12 extra cards.
And this is another example of post-ban which cards really improve, and it's the Cavaliers. The Cavaliers were just all Cavaliers of Elks, you know? And that was a huge problem. But now their leave the battlefield triggers actually matter, and they actually come up. So it adds a cool element.
Yeah, and not to mention Risen Reef being another nice addition, or another card that improves a lot.
Exactly.
Grinding that marginal value. Now, you know, things aren't really going over the top of it.
Oh, Embercleave is. Embercleave is sure going over the top, but we'll see how that goes.
This hand does not have a 1-drop, does not have any of my powerful cards, and cannot cast Spawn of Mayhem because one of my black sources is Tournament Grounds.
Sure, yep.
So,
Spawn of Mayhem's another card that got a lot better, too. I'm going to keep mine. If we take a look at my hand, we have 1 card we literally never want to draw in the form of this. But, you know, it's in our deck for a reason. And I don't want to say because Ross will catch on to it. But I'll explain it later.
Know.
Yeah? What is it?
Simic Charm.
What? What did that even do?
It's Floral Spasm.
Yeah.
Simic Charm was blue-green, instant, either Giant Growth, give a creature Hexproof, or unsummon.
Oh, that's a very Simic thing to do. My man, Eric, can we get a question from you?
Absolutely. Dark Nim has asked, is there any place for Gruul in the current meta?
So, okay, Gruul, I think, is still a very powerful shell, but it relied on one thing. It relied on a ban pretty heavily, and that's Once Upon a Time. The Gruul mana base is so horrendous that without Once Upon a Time, I think it's not playable anymore. I think the Rakdos deck is a little better. I don't think you can play the Adventure Gruul, at least, and that was the best Gruul. So I think it's a lot tougher. You might just have to slow it down and play, like, you know, Embercleave, Gruul Spellbreakers, kind of the bigger Gruul decks, but it's still possible, of course. Oh, we forgot to have a 5 chant. That's why you're about to mull to 5, right?
What did I do to deserve this?
Hey, you've been farming me on all these Pioneer streams. It's about time I got some just desserts.
I think I have to go to 5 if I'm about to keep 4 lands double spawn.
Ooh.
That's just not there.
That's not good. Yeah, that's not good. Well, Eric, looks like we got a chance for another question.
All right, we're running low, so chat needs to step up here.
Okay.
But this one's our last one. Chris K. Superstar asked Ross about how come he's not playing Is It Phoenix in Standard since he is the Is It Phoenix Master.
Yeah, I think anybody who's
viable, is it possible?
Yeah, I think everybody that's watched Versus Live has got a taste of what we feel about this deck. But let's tell them one more time, Ross.
It doesn't seem to me like the Is It Phoenix Shell has enough powerful enablers to make it work. So, you know, I can look into it, but I'm highly skeptical.
Yeah. But I'm telling you, the blue-red deck in Standard, if you got a Standard tournament coming up at all, check it out. It's right up your alley, and it's very powerful.
I'm tintillated. You could tell by the excitement in my voice.
I can. You in a whole 1/5 of an octave up.
Okay, this is a nice hand. I am going... So we're definitely keeping the 2 lands. I think we can get this Embercleave at the bottom because we're going to be a ways away from it.
Yeah.
Question is what other card we put down. We're keeping the 1-drop, that's for sure. And I think we want to keep this one because it's so powerful. And if that's the case, then if we're probably going to play this anyway, we might as well have this one. Yeah, I think we put those 2 at the bottom.
Sounds like a plan. Kick us off.
I will start with Mountain and Javier Dominguez.
All right, our
Get in for
fervent
one.
champion. 19.
You're up.
Okay, we're going to start with the Scry, and we'll keep that. Pass to you.
Okay, I will attack you for 1.
18.
I will give it Death Touch and play this land. Give it
Okay.
Death Touch and Lifelink.
Sure.
Get myself to 21.
21.
You're up.
All right, now we are going to take you down to the Paradise Druid. Your turn.
Okay. I will attack with both. Give this +1/+0.
Okay. Now, I mean, my only thought is to block this, but I do really want my mana right now, so we're gonna go with no blocks. We're gonna take some pain.
Take 5.
Yep.
Go
to 13.
Yeah, that's fine.
Okay.
Tournament Grounds, Rotting Regisaur.
Okay.
You can go.
This is scary now.
Now, if I draw an Embercleave,
We're in trouble.
we get some Embercleave chance.
All right, so we are going to start with a Risen Reef.
Yep.
We will put this into play, tapped, and then we are going to get a Goose, get a nice healthy apple, and pass to you.
Okay. On my draw step, or upkeep, I mean,
Yep.
I'm going to Boulder Rush the Fervent Champion.
Okay, makes sense. Otherwise, you'd have to discard it.
Yep.
Well, at least you can Embercleave me if you draw it.
Well, that was a pretty punishing card. Draw.
Another Rotting?
But I will... Do I offer the trade with the Paragon? I don't... Yeah, I think that's reasonable since you're just going to get value out of the Risen Reef. So let's attack with everything. Pump this. So this is a 3/1 first strike. This is a 4.
Oh, you did pump that one. Okay.
Yeah,
Gotcha.
I targeted this. So
Okay.
to attack through the Goose. So 3/1 first strike, 7/6, and a 4/1.
Okay. Well, I think we just have to chump at this point. We have a decent turn next turn, but not great. For sure want to do this. And do we hold this back and take 10? Ugh. No. Okay, we'll block.
Jump there. So you take 3.
Yep, down to
Brings
10.
you to 10. And then I will cast the Rimrock Knight.
Okay.
Pass the turn.
All right, we'll untap. All right, we only have one play here. Sack this, play Nissa. And we'll get a blue animate.
Attacking for 3.
Yep.
Okay, so I'm at 18.
And then I got a temple and I'm going to scry.
Okay.
All right. Temple, scry. Do we need this? So let's map out our next turn. I don't think we need that. We'll put that at the bottom. Don't need an extra land. All right, your turn.
Would have liked to play this last turn, but I went with
Yeah,
the Rimrock
yeah.
Knight. Oh no, I can't cast it, so that's fine because this is.
Oh, yep, you're
I
right.
didn't even look.
So good play.
Okay, I will attack you with all of my creatures. Pump this one.
Pump that one. Okay. I can't beat an Embercleave, so no point in playing around that. 7, 8. Rimrock is bad, but not GG, so we'll block here.
Okay.
And then I'll sack a food.
So you take 8, but gain 3.
Yeah, so take 5.
Yeah, brings
Down
you
to
to
5. Yep.
And I will play a Fervent Champion.
Okay.
You can go.
They're not legendary.
Oh, I just assumed they were legendary.
Nope.
Oh, that's a whole different thing. I just
Yeah, we better back that up. That's
Yeah.
important.
Okay. In that case, I'm playing that pre-combat, and they'll pump each other.
They'll pump each other. Okay, so if I block this, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11.
And you gain 3, so you'd be at 2.
So I'd go to 2. Is that still the block I would make?
Or you can block here, and yeah, now
Go
you
to
just
1.
block here and go to 1, and then you leave your land survives.
Yeah, let's do that.
Yeah. So you're at 1.
Yeah, that's a lot better to play that.
Yeah. I just thought they were legendary.
Okay, we're going to untap.
Yeah, that card's much better than I thought.
Much better. Okay, now we got a ton of mana to work with. So if we go like this, really don't have that many great options, unfortunately, though.
1 damage short in a game where I'm able to 5.
Yeah, I mean the deck's powerful. So we're gonna go with Tamiyo, floating a green.
Okay.
And I think we just want to get Risen Reef back here as a blocker and start generating some value. So then we're going to play it. Floating nothing. Goes to my hand. Not a great draw. Now is... We can't really cast anything else because we will have a fear of dying. So let's just bring this up. And then we'll attack you for 6.
I go to 12.
All right, and then your turn.
Embercleave, please.
Ember, please. At this point, Embercleave or bust is probably the plan because I'm going to start gaining control here. Interesting.
So you can... Oh, that's how you can do it. I want to maintain Embercleave as an out, but maximally attack to force Corey to block as much as possible, so attack with those 2.
Well, that doesn't do it unless you got a Paragon. So it has to be Paragon or Rimrock Knight, otherwise this attack doesn't make sense. So I've narrowed it down to those 2 cards that it could be what Ross has drawn. And it's not Embercleaver, you would have attacked and just murdered me. So I think we want to just go like this and like this, and then that should shut down any possibilities of Embercleave. I guess if you have Paragon, then next turn you can still attack and Paragon me still. Or I could double block here and double block here, but then if it's Rimrock Knight, I look silly, so we're going to go with my first option.
Okay, I'll order the Forest first and Rimrock the Fervent Champion.
Okay.
So this still leaves me with 3 attackers for next turn. Deals with 2 of Corey's creatures.
Yep. I had no way to prevent that, unfortunately.
We'll cast the Rimrock post-combat.
Okay.
Pass the turn.
All right, so we'll untap. All right, let's start with a Risen Reef, double trigger. So put this into play tapped. Yeah, we can't untap it. So we'll bring this one to our hand. Play our land for the turn. Oh, I guess we should... that was pretty bad.
Yeah, I probably should have started the turn with
Yeah.
Antonio.
Yeah. We're gonna name Hydroid Crace. I don't even know if that's keeps me alive. Have any really way to interact? Okay, I'll name Agent of Treachery. That would be good. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Okay, Agent of Treachery. Whiff.
Good name. It's the only thing that beats an Embercleave.
Yep. Solid name. Okay, so you're at 12. That's not 9, correct? Quasi-duplicate this. Benny! 3 triggers. Hand. 1 green still floating. Dang it. Hand. And hand. All right, so we're just not gonna have an option. If it's there, it's probably gonna win. We can untap this. Attack for 6.
I go to 6.
And it doesn't matter too much. We have enough blockers. Risen Reef, 4 triggers. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, your turn.
Oh, where's Todd Anderson when you need him?
Yeah. Cleave me. Cleave me.
It's not a red card.
Okay.
It's a Black Man's Paragon.
All right.
Does that keep me alive for a turn though? But you have Agent of Treachery in your hand.
I have Agent and I'm gonna quasi-duplicate it.
Oh, and yeah, so you're just gonna take all my things.
Yeah. My hand is pretty good. All right.
Duke made a valiant effort on the mulligan of 5.
Yeah, you really did.
Just a little short.
And honestly, if you didn't mulligan, you win that game for sure because you bottomed an Embercleave.
Yeah.
You know? And I mean, obviously at the time it wasn't great, but
maybe I'm just supposed to keep like 1-drop Regisaur Embercleave and like and then I'll like hope to draw 2.
Yeah.
That might have been the right play.
Maybe.
I basically have to draw a creature on the first draw step.
Yeah.
But I'm in really good shape if I do.
That's true. What do you say? Should we play one more pre-board and then
let's get some sideboarding.
Do sideboarding right away?
Yeah.
Okay, we will take a short 3-minute break. We're going to sideboard. Don't forget to get your questions in. We will answer them right after the break. Make sure to tag @StarCityGames and send over your favorite ones. Here's your last chance for the questions. Don't go anywhere.
And welcome back here to Sideboarding on Versus Live in our matchup between Rakdos Knights and Simic Elementals. On my side, we've got some nice removal spells to bring in to clear away pesky blockers in Murderous Rider and Noxious Grasp. I am then going to be cutting what I think is the worst creature in the matchup in Gutter Bones. Yep. It's not a knight. It can be easy to brick wall, and it's not that relevant that it comes back because you win the game by just trumping everything I do with the exception of Embercleave.
Yeah, if I was going to actually like kill some of your permanents, then bringing back Gutter Bones is okay, I guess. But honestly, that effect has not been good in the standard or the It has not been good in Throne of Eldraine standard 1A, 1B, or now 1C after all the 3 different bans, you know? I don't think the card is that good anymore. And there's a lot of X3s. It's not my favorite.
We just haven't been playing Magic where like killing your stuff and drawing cards is what other people are doing. So this effect isn't as relevant. Instead, people are just making a bunch of 3/3s with Nissa, making a bunch of 1/1s with Risen Reeve, making a bunch of 2/2s with Field of the Dead. You're making a bunch of 3/3s with Oko, and then the 2/1 body just doesn't do anything.
And honestly, like, look at what you just said. Everything you said is a prime example of being very proactive and very powerful. All of those examples are proactive and powerful, and that's what Standard is right now. If Standard was more reactive and more controlling, Gutter Bones would be good. Yeah. But that's just not the world we live in right now.
So that's my weakest creature. It comes out. What do you got?
All right, we got about the same amount of sideboarding. Just kidding. Okay, so what we're taking out is kind of, I would say more of the cute, more value type things. This kind of stuff is really great against, you know, like Green-Black Adventures, decks that don't have a ton of removal, and decks that I have time. Don't really have time against you, and Jace Wielder of Mystery is a really cute thing to do against, once again, decks that are trading resources, something like Jeskai Fires, because you do just flip your deck upside down into your graveyard quite often, Tameo it back, win the game. You know, that is a secondary way to win, because with Cavalier of Thorns, Risen Reef, Hydrate Crisis, you're drawing your deck a lot.
Yeah.
A lot. And Have you ever quasi-duplicate Cavaliers? Like, don't get me started. And then we're just bringing in 6 answers to Embercleave because, you know what? I've recognized that this card is a problem in this matchup. Yo Larson definitely did when he was creating this deck. So we got 6 answers for that. Agent of Treachery is a little expensive, and it seems weird to be bringing in a 7-drop here, but I really don't want to draw any of these cards. Tamiyo does... You know, actually, I am gonna switch that out here. I am gonna bring in 1 because Tamiyo does get a lot better when we have Aether Gust. If I ever get to go Tamiyo, bring back Aether Gust, it's pretty good. But still, I'm not super excited about Tamiyo, so I'll just leave in 1.
Okay.
All right.
Got some questions for us, Eric, while we shuffle up?
Yeah.
Absolutely. X Cafe has asked, how did Pioneer versus Modern feel at this weekend's SCG Con?
Well, one felt like a walk in the park.
Yeah. I don't think that's even remotely close for us.
And the other felt like, you know, repeatedly jabbing some needles in your eyes.
Yeah. First of all, I don't really like Modern, so I didn't test Modern a lot. I think that's a big problem. You know, when I've been in it and like when Urza first came out, when not everybody was playing Urza, I loved it because, you know, like I was playing against a lot of different decks, but now like I played so many Urza, Oko mirrors, you know, it kind of felt like standard, you know, and I think Pioneer is awesome. Maybe it's directly correlated to us both doing, what, 6-2 in
I 7-1 in Pioneer.
You 7-1, yeah.
13-3 collective record in Pioneer, and
Yeah.
I went 1-6 in Modern, and you went 2-6 in Modern.
2-6, yeah.
3-12 in Modern versus 13-3 in Pioneer.
Oh, excuse me, 2-5 drop. I did not play the last round.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay. I also did not play the last round.
Yeah.
So 3-11. in
That's
Modern.
fair.
That sort of tells the story.
Yeah. Okay, you got one more question for us?
Sure. Joel Larson
Oh.
asked, how would you tune this deck? And the idea of putting Fae of Wishes in it has come up, and possibly Spark Double.
You know, what I would do moving forward is I don't like either of those cards because I think they're just a little too cute, and I feel the same about Jace and even quasi-duplicate. I just don't think they're really needed. I think if you just play like more Nissas, you play a couple. I think not having mass manipulation was a big mistake, just because that card is just so much better now that Veil is gone. So I would consider something like cutting the Jace, cutting the quasi-duplicates for like another Nissa, another Krasis, 1 more mass manipulation in the main, and maybe even a couple Aether Gusts. I think you're really lacking that early interaction if you don't have a ramp creature. And if you ever Nissa, untap a breeding pool, and have something to cast along that, it's just usually a blowout. And Aether Gust is really good right now at targeting most of the metagames, like Mono Black, whatever, but, you know. Yeah.
You win some, you lose some.
Yeah, exactly. So that's how I would change it. But, yeah, good question, Yoel, and good deck. Old teammate of mine. All right, so you're first?
I have a reasonable hand here. No 1-drop, but every other part of the hand is good, so I'll keep it.
Our hand is kind of the opposite, but it's okay. We'll keep it.
I'll start on a blood crypt.
All right. We'll go... Okay, that was a great draw. We will go with a goose. We'll get our balanced apple skeleton diet going.
Okay. Stormfist Crusader.
Okay.
Pass the turn.
All right. Untap. All right. Now we're going to go with a Paradise Druid and pass to you.
Upkeep, we each draw a card and lose life.
19 all.
Draw for turn.
Yep.
Attack for 2.
Yep. Have to take. Well, I don't have to take it, but it'd be a pretty rough block if you Rimrock Knight me.
Yep.
17.
We're gonna have plenty of cards to pitch to this Regisaur, but I want to start applying some pressure.
Okay. We got a draw we'd really want here. Let's go. That was it. Let's go. Let's go. Cavalier is nice right now. Still not matching up very well to Rotting, but it's still what we kind of needed to play this turn. It says put a land into play.
Yeah. Huh. Maybe that's not what you wanted.
Maybe that isn't what I wanted to do. I guess I'll put these into my graveyard.
Okay. Upkeep, we each draw a card and lose life.
Okay.
16
to 18. Draw. That was unfortunate.
Draw for
That
turn.
was so bad. Okay.
Mushy for 9.
God, this is actually really bad. Now I really needed a land. I'm dead to Embercleave anyways. I'll take it. All right. All right. Next game. I think that's what your deck is supposed to do.
Yeah. That might
Yeah.
have, even if you had blocked there, this is 16.
Oh, I'm dead. I was dead to Embercleave no matter
it's
what.
16 minus 6, so you're taking 10 plus 2 is 12. You're going to be at 4.
Yeah.
This is going to be ticking down.
Yeah. If I had a great follow-up, like I had an Agent of Treachery in my hand, and if I would have hit a land, I could have cast that, then I would have blocked, because then it was possible for me to win. But there was no way I could have got to that. My best play was like a Crisis for 4 or another Cavalier, and that doesn't beat an Embercleave anyways. So that's why I went for the more higher risk, high reward play, because I wasn't immediately dead to it. And people are going to say, well, do your math, block. But I'm still dead if I block. So if I had a chance to Agent, I would have blocked.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, one more game.
Yeah.
And we'll round out the day.
Yeah. I feel like we just answered a question. That game was so short, but maybe you got another one?
Yeah. Well, Swig Hitty wants to know if you think that you could make a good teamer version of this with Omnath, perhaps.
That could be. Omnath wasn't very good before. Like, Omnath got their chance when Golos was everywhere, and Elementals just couldn't beat the Field of the Dead tokens at all.
Yeah.
So, I think that actually really would be something to try to revisit again, because your mana base isn't that much worse. You have Goose and Paradise Druid, so yeah, I think that would be good. Let's give it a shot. Someone make it and tweet it to me. I wanna see it.
I got another 5-lander.
Well, this hand needs to get some help from the top of the deck, but you can't really ask for too much more than this, so we're going to keep.
Okay. See if I can get another nice Regisaur into Embercleave hand.
Yeah. I'd like you to not do that. How about that?
Well, that's why I'm your opponent.
Oh.
You know what judges used to say? Don't listen to your opponent. They don't have your best interest at heart.
Yeah.
That is true here.
Yeah.
It's also true outside of this room, but it's true here.
Yeah.
Oh, my God. Am I going to mulligan a 5 for the 3rd time today?
You have mulligan so much.
This is a 1-lander. If I just stream 2 lands off the top, it's insane.
Yeah.
Actually, it's not even insane. I don't have a 2-drop. I just have 3 Spawn of Mayhems.
Shit, that's a horrible hand.
It's going to be too hard for me to enable the spectacle on these spawns.
Just mull to 6. Mull to 6.
I'm going to 5. I don't need any of your charity.
It's called pity. It's not charity.
Don't need any of that either. Let's sit back up. Get ready to play some tight magic.
Yeah, some tight multi-5 magic. Well, Eric, do you got one more since Ross just loves to shuffle?
Absolutely. Histeus asked way back at the beginning of this show.
Okay.
Like with the recent banning of Leyline in Pioneer, Leyline of Abundance, that is it possible in Standard to make a deck work with Leyline of Abundance?
They tried this over the summer, and it was pretty explosive, and it worked.
Yeah.
Not that great when it
and
didn't.
then people just kind of stopped, right?
Yeah, it just wasn't that great when it didn't work or when they just killed your mana creatures.
See, I mean, okay. So this kind of brings me to the point of why I, moving forward, would cut kind of these kind of cards, is because they're cards that are very good that work with other stuff in your deck, but I really like just playing powerful cards in Standard and hoping they have natural synergies together. So, I mean, sure, you can try it, and maybe you're going to have a turn 2 Nissa sometimes or whatever, but I just generally like to do the powerful things and just play the powerful cards and not have them rely on other things.
That's the kind of thing that you do when everyone else is already playing ramp decks, and you just need to out-ramp them.
Yeah.
But it needs a very specific metagame.
Exactly, and we don't know what we're doing yet. So.
My hand's a big risk. Let's hope it pays off.
Hong Kong.
Go.
Love it. All right, we are going to go with a Paradise Druid. Past you.
On your end step, I'll pump one of these.
Okay.
Okay, that was step 1.
Okay.
You're up.
All right, and we didn't draw great here. That was step 2, right?
Yes.
Me not drawing great. I think we just want to get in there. Yeah, we'll attack.
18.
Okay, shoot 18. I'm at 20. And then we'll go with a Paradise Druid and this and say go.
Upkeep 1917.
Yep. 19 to 17.
Fervent Champion, attack, pump the Storm Fist.
Okay. We'll block here.
Okay.
In response. I'll gust it.
Put it on the bottom.
All right. All
Take
right.
3.
And that's not adventured.
Yep.
Okay, so I'll go to 16.
Yep. You can go.
I had to use my food for that, but that's why I played the island instead of my tap land to maybe get you. Okay. Well, we're not doing much here. So I guess I just want to play my spells. Yeah, so we're for sure going to do a Thrashy Bee. And let's go Leafkin and Temple, Scry, bottom, draw. So we got 15 to 16?
Yes.
Oh.
Now I do not have good attacks, so I will play a Rotting Regisaur.
All right.
You can go.
Oh, we'd love some help from the top. Oh, yeah, that was it. Our hand was not good before we drew, I will say that. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Agent. I'll be taking this. And let's get in here for 7.
So I can't win if I don't top deck. I can't even cast Swift End off of this. So
Yep. Yeah, 'cause that's not a night.
I actually just need to draw Black Source plus
Swift End only just kills this, right?
No.
That doesn't work. You don't get it back.
Jesus, that card's messed up.
Yeah, Agent's good. There's no getting it back. That was a good draw. I did not have a good hand before that.
Okay, I'll take 7.
Okay.
I'm a 9.
Your turn. We
I go
draw.
to 8. You go to 14.
Yep. All the ramp. We just needed a payoff, and we got there. I don't think I was winning this game if I didn't top deck a payoff, though. Okay.
Why wouldn't you just top deck right at the end after I've mulled the 5 twice?
Yeah. This wasn't your day. I don't think I mulliganed a single time.
You can go.
Not a single hand.
I don't need to think to know that.
I'll discard this. All right. Well, let's see. You're at 8. Block 5. All right. I'll gust this.
That'll do big.
That'll do. Yep. Blue-green elementals. If you let it snowball, it does its thing.
Yeah, I mean, I kept a hand that was a 1-lander with Embercleave and Regisaur. And
Yep.
Some things that maybe could happen just didn't come together fast enough against your heavy man acceleration draw.
Yeah. And I mean, I just kept a hand with 3 Paradise Druid, Gilded Goose, Gust, 3 lands. Like, that doesn't do anything, but it does have a very high ceiling.
You needed to find one payoff. You found it. You happened to find it like the one at the very end.
Yeah. And you were helping me draw to it, multiple times.
Yes,
but
we've been unimpressed with Stormfist Crusader because of that fact.
Yeah.
And I continue to be unimpressed with the card.
Same. I mean, I think with Spawn of Mayhem now not being Spawn of Elk, it's a little better, but because it triggers the damage and no matter what, you can cast Spawn. But it's like, I don't know. It is a big liability.
Just giving your opponent free resources is so rough.
It's not great. Yeah.
Okay. Well, let's never play Standard again.
Yeah, you loved it? No, let's please play Standard again. Everybody, tell all your friends to get in here. Let's keep this going. No, but honestly, I want to ask you, what do you think of the new Standard? Do you think it seems like a lot better? I mean, obviously it's got to be better, but
sure. I've definitely got to try out that Izzet deck. That deck seems really sweet.
Yeah.
Bone Crusher Giant and Brazen Borrower are both very powerful cards.
Mm-hmm.
And normally tempo decks don't have that kind of card advantage. Such easy, free, built-in card advantage.
And just Gadwick is an insane card advantage. Yeah.
So I'm excited. Definitely going to have to try that one out if we play Standard again on Versus. Green decks still seem perfectly fine.
Mm-hmm.
They have plenty of powerful cards. Now, instead of, all 10 of the top 10 best cards in the format, they just have 7 of them.
Yeah.
So
Not bad.
That seems reasonable.
I mean, yeah, this is Simic essentially died, right? But like this kind of Simic deck, I think is the direction where you have to go. You got to go with elementals. You got to go with trying to top end out Hydrate Crisis and steal things. Because stealing your things is very powerful, and it's back on the menu now that we don't have Veil.
Yeah.
Veil was the big one.
And then, ramping into Hydra Crisis has never been good before, so we'll see if it works out for them.
Yeah, we'll see.
But,
we'll see.
They've got a chance.
Yeah, I honestly kind of would have liked to see Nissa go as well. I know banning 4 cards from a deck feels like a lot, but Nissa is still going to be a powerful Planeswalker. Still going to be very good. I think Embercleave decks are still strong as well, but the power of Simic will still live on.
Yeah, now we've just got a lot more, options available. There's, Nissa, Mana Creature Green decks. We've got different takes on Witch's Oven, Cauldron Familiar, Mayhem Devil. We've got different takes on aggressive decks, mostly using Embercleave.
Yep.
I know Aaron Barrett is playing around with Mono Red, as she tends to do.
Yep, she actually 6-0'd to get into day 2 of Twitch Rivals. So Not sure how she did moving forward, but
yeah, very good run nonetheless.
Yeah.
Still people fooling around with Golgari Adventures. That's what Sigris won the tournament with.
Exactly.
So, Edgewall Innkeeper is still around, even without Once Upon a Time to help hit that card consistently.
I didn't even play it in Green-Black Adventures, though. So Green-Black Adventures, the only loss was Veil in the sideboard, so that deck is still really good.
Yep. So it looks like we got a lot of options here.
Yeah.
Be fun to see it play out, especially I'm actually excited to watch the next Mythic Championship now.
Same.
Whereas the last one I just wasn't.
Yeah. Yep. No, I think this is going to be, unfortunately, the first Mythic Championship that's going to be good, because even the one before that, the Golos one, that one wasn't great either, but this one looks to be awesome. I will definitely be tuning in.
Yeah,
so,
should be a very fun event. I know the invitee list was released. We got to congratulate some people on getting into that.
A lot of good players.
Yes.
A lot of good players.
And I'll reiterate that. Congratulations to everybody. Wish everyone good luck there. That'll be coming up in a couple weeks.
Yeah,
That's
not
December 6 to 8.
Deck lists are due on Wednesday already.
Okay.
We just got back from a Mythic Championship. That's insane,
Yeah, they had a lot this year, so the turnaround time was real quick. So for people that were playing them consistently, all the MPL players,
they're busy.
I bet they feel a little bit exhausted now.
Yeah, but they can sleep on their pillow of money,
Yeah, sure. No sympathy there.
Yeah. Well, hey, Eric, you got any questions here?
Yeah. Let me find this one. Daniel from Brazil wants to know if you think the 5-color Niv Mizzet deck is viable with fires, or is it just a meme deck?
Oh, okay. I've been streaming this like nobody's business. Okay. I was 6-1 over the last 2 days. I've been streaming it pretty consistently. I think it is real in a sense that it is very powerful, and it just crushes any creature-based decks. Any food decks, it's an easy matchup. But if you ever play against any of the tempo decks, which there are quite a lot of them, you just can't win. And your mana base is still pretty absurd. So if you're thinking about playing a PTQ, don't play it, unfortunately, even though it is the most fun you can ever play. If you want to ladder with that deck, do so. It's awesome.
That seems to me like a deck that if you figure out a way to solve those tempo matchups, you've got a great deck on your hands. And
I did. I mean, I didn't solve, but I have been leaning in that direction. Like right away, they only played like a couple Teferis and stuff. I changed it to just like 3 Thought Erasure, 3 Teferi in the main, and then another copy of both of those in the board. And I am 2-0 against tempo. I lost to just my mana base once, which is going to happen.
There you go. Focus on those Esper cards. And if you really want to play that deck, that might help you out in those bad matchups. But if you get to the point where you're beating those matchups consistently, that deck seems great.
And it's fun. Oh my God. It's so fun.
What's the maximum number of cards you've drawn off of Niv Mizzet?
5. 5 of them. And I mean, like, so when Pascal Maynard created that deck, I was talking to him on stream yesterday, and he was saying he was trying to really even out the guild and try to still have everything from there. I just basically ignored that completely and like just put in good multicolored cards, because I found that whenever I would Niv Mizzet, even if I hit like 2 to 3 cards, I'm just always winning. Like 2 was like a very low end. I was averaging like 2.9 or whatever. And even if you do that at all, and you play a Niv Mizzet on turn 4, or you play Niv Mizzet with something else, if you have fires, you just win. So
Yeah, that makes sense to me.
Yeah.
I don't think you don't need to go overboard and like try to
Yeah.
get the miracle 10 cards.
Yeah.
You might as well just play more of your good cards that are going to make sure and visit resolves, and
Yeah.
it's at least consistently putting you significantly ahead.
Exactly. Like main decking Knight of Autumn and Flower Flourish just for Celestia. It's like, no, just give up on that guild. It doesn't. They don't all have to be winners. Yeah.
Love it. Yeah, there's a little bit of a too much of a good thing being tried in those decks. I like just streamlining it. That seems like a great idea.
100%. Well, I think that is going to be it for us on Versus Live. We are going to do what we always do at the end of Versus Live and thank some subs if we got them, Eric.
Yeah. I'm
We
not
have a
gonna attempt
6-inch
to pronounce this,
BMT on Hardy Italian.
It's SHSF STA 575 has subscribed for 10 months, so I'm not sure how you pronounce it, but thank you, sir.
That's a lot of months.
That is a lot of months.
I'm out of fingers next month.
Nice.
And,
Impressive.
Still come back though.
Yeah.
Spartato with a Amazon Prime sub, or Twitch Prime sub, I should say.
Okay.
So,
Well,
there too.
we thank you so much for the subs, everybody. That is going to be it for Versus Live. We will be back next Tuesday, but not next Thursday because it is Thanksgiving. It is a holiday. So we will see you on Tuesday. Not exactly sure what we're going to cook up yet, but you best believe we'll be having a fun show for you. We'll see you at the same time, 1 p.m. Eastern time. See you then.